When both parents and teachers work together, the child benefits. Both parties bring important expertise about the child to the table. A collaborative relationship contributes to a win-win outcome. Both parents and school staff should work together to solve problems. This builds trust and confidence between the parties. Often, individuals with disabilities face challenges. There are attitudinal challenges and stereotypes difficult to overcome. Think of all the architectural challenges for a person in a wheelchair. There are also learning challenges that affect the classroom and educational placements of eligible students. Let's proceed with a discussion of several common challenges. He is just lazy. This is a common challenge when a student is undiagnosed and struggling in the classroom. For example, you might hear something similar to, "We don't need to evaluate your child. He is just lazy and unmotivated. If he would just apply himself more, he could be successful at school." Some parent tips to consider are to document your educational concerns in a letter to both teacher and principal. This is commonly called going up the chain of command. Writing your concerns in a letter prevents your concerns from slipping through the cracks. Request a meeting to discuss educational concerns. A collaborative effort should determine whether there is a need for a Section 504 evaluation. Make a request for a Section 504 evaluation if it is warranted. The testing should determine if a disability is contributing to your child's lack of success. Another common challenge is the school saying, "I don't have to do this." Sometimes teachers feel overwhelmed with responsibility. They don't know how they can possibly provide extra supports to individual students. For example, you might hear something like, "I have 30 students in my classroom. I don't have time to make adjustments to my teaching style. It's not fair to the other students. It just takes too much time." When you run into this type of challenge, the following tips are recommended. Make an appointment to speak to your principal and Section 504 coordinator at your school. Ask for teacher training on how to successfully implement accommodations in the classroom. Explain your knowledge that educators must implement the provisions of Section 504 plans. Follow procedures for going up the chain of command if necessary. As a last resort, file for an impartial hearing through the Office of Civil Rights. You may be in a situation in which a teacher says, "We can't ask until we try." Sometimes teachers are reluctant to evaluate for Section 504 if they are already trying additional interventions or programs in the classroom. For example, you might hear, "I am aware your child is struggling in the classroom. I have implemented some regular education strategies that should help. We can't ask for a Section 504 evaluation until after we try these strategies." It is important that parents investigate the use of interventions to help them determine the need for a Section 504 plan. Ask how long the regular education intervention plan has been in place. Ask to see data showing the types of interventions used and the progress received. Determine if additional accommodations are needed for your child to receive an appropriate education. This determination is best done in collaboration with the teacher. Always remember to ask in writing for a Section 504 evaluation if you feel your child will benefit from more specifically tailored accommodations in addition to the regular education interventions already being used. We just don't have enough funding. Funding is a constant struggle for school districts. For example, you might hear, Section 504 accommodations are too expensive. We just don't have enough funding to provide them. It will take away from the educational services of the other students. It is a reality that Section 504 does not provide any additional funding to local school districts. Although some accommodations do cost money, the majority are simple, common sense accommodations which are not costly to implement. If you need to resolve questions or concerns, it is always best to start at the school level and follow the chain of command. A sample chain of command would be to begin with the teacher. This is the quickest and easiest way to resolve concerns. If that is unsuccessful, go to the school level 504 coordinator. Each school and charter school is assigned one. The next step, if that is unsuccessful, is to speak with your school principal. If you are unsuccessful at solving problems at the school level, you will need to go to the district level and speak to the district level 504 coordinator. If needed, you could also speak to the district superintendent. If you need to go further up the chain of command, you can go to the state office level. As a matter of best practice, contact the Utah State Office of Education, Department of Educational Equity. This department offers important information and provides assistance in solving difficult situations. The next step, if unsuccessful at the state level, would be to go to the federal level, which would be the Office of Civil Rights. When you are going up the chain of command, it's important to know that each district or charter school has a designated 504 specialist. The Utah State Office of Education has a 504 specialist as well, who is in the Office of Educational Equity. Each 504 specialist should be familiar with the laws related to Section 504. 504 specialists are also available to assist in resolving disputes and making forms available to parents if they wish to file a complaint through the Office of Civil Rights. There are many documents available to assist parents and educators at the Utah State Office of Education website under Educational Equity and Civil Rights. Included, you will find the Section 504 Educator Guide, sample forms, various lists of accommodations, as well as the Section 504 Parent Guide. For more detailed information on how to find these materials, you can look on the Utah Parent Center website or contact the Utah Parent Center for further explanation. The Federal Office of Civil Rights in Denver, which serves Utah, oversees the activities of Section 504 and monitors compliance. They conduct 4 types of activities to prevent discrimination on the basis of disability. Those activities are technical assistance, complaint investigation, compliance reviews, and data collection. If you wish to file a complaint with the Office of Civil Rights, you can get the required forms from your Section 504 specialist, the Utah State Office of Education, Equity Department, or the Utah Parent Center. Thank you for viewing these training modules. We hope you found the information helpful. Remember to view all of the modules in order to get as much information as possible about Section 504. Other information and resources can be found on the Utah Parent Center website or by calling the center to talk to one of our parent consultants who can provide individual help. Call 272-1051 or toll free 1-800-468-1160.